Okay, it is 10 o'clock. If
Loud
you
and
would,
clear.
be here.
Thank you.
We'll be calling the special meeting to order, and if you would, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For all.
Thank you. We are going to go into executive session for 1 hour. Allyn Board of Commissioners will now meet in an executive session to discuss potential litigation as allowed by RCW 4230-110. Port of Allyn Board of Commissioners will be in executive session until 11 a.m. And the Port of Allyn Board of Commissioners are not expected to take further action for the following executive session. So we're going to recess, I think that's the word, the special meeting.
Point of order, Chairwoman.
Okay,
Brad Carey here. I need to know, is the litigation about the settlement agreement litigation I plan to bring, or is it about the Joe Cedarland tortious interference and breach of contract litigation he plans to bring? Which is it?
Commissioners, this is Tim Schermetzler. You've made your announcement to executive session. You don't need to respond any further.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, point of order. I disagree with counsel of the port. As Larry Coppola stated when he was alive, he also received bad advice. So I'm going to recommend, based on what I know about the law, and I'm not an attorney, that your attorney is giving you bad advice. You need to specify the exact litigation you plan to discuss in executive session. And frankly, I can't understand why your attorney would be telling you not to do that. It just, again, violates, in my opinion, the Open Public Meetings Act. I will say this, I do plan to bring litigation against the port for breach of the settlement agreement. I also understand that Joe Cedarland plans to bring litigation against the port for breach of the agreement on the water issue letters. I would strongly urge the port to please. Thank you. Okay, well, thank you very much. Have a good day. Goodbye, guys.
okay, we're gonna call the special meeting back into order.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Brad Carey, can you hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Thank you.
I just put you back. Okay, the first item is public comment, and if you would, please keep it to 3 minutes. Who first? I see Brad. Go ahead, Brad.
Okay. Yeah, hi, thank you. Okay, so litigation, in my opinion and others, needs to be avoided at all cost. Litigation should only be engaged in if you can't resolve whatever dispute you're having through other means like direct communication, roundtable discussions, mediation, or even arbitration. I personally don't like arbitration, but I do love roundtable discussions. I have settled over the years. I've been in business for almost 42 years. I've gone up against the biggest players out there, airlines. I mean, billion-dollar-a-year corporations, and resolve litigation through roundtable discussions. We just finished up settling a 7-year battle against the state of Washington, which I know you guys are all aware of. It was $3.1 million of yours and my tax money that the state paid our team when they could have settled that 7 years ago for free. After 3 years of trying to sell it for free, they could have sold it for $85,000. It's all in writing. And then after 5 years or 4 years, it was $350,000. That very morning, the top AG, and they had 600 attorney generals roughly in that office. The top tort division leader, Scott Barbara, that morning said, I don't want to go to litigation or trial this afternoon. I said, fine, $350,000. He said, no. That afternoon, it was $1.7 million the court awarded. And we're not proud of that. That's a waste. And then instead of doing the dredging that the court wanted them to do, they decided to pay us another 1.4 million of yours and my money to vacate our order, which we did for the community so we could get in an emergency dredge so the town would quit flooding. The Port of Allyn had the best attorneys they could pay for. You know, a good law firm. Joe Brogan, good attorney. That lawsuit I filed against the port could have been settled for free. I asked, it's in writing, it's in the emails, for free. Just give me the Washington Water letter,
You have 30
correspondence. I
seconds.
didn't even know what it was. And then after we got it, I'm just about done. After we received it, I said $5,000 in a letter of apology. And then 2 years of litigation, $250,000 was spent of taxpayers' money by the port. And then they still had to pay me $30,000 and give me a letter of apology and admission they broke the OPMA and my civil rights on free speech and the Public Records Act. So please,
Your time
I'm
is up.
telling you, next year I'm coming. If you don't,
Thank
okay,
you
thank
very
you.
much.
Goodbye. Have a good holiday, everybody.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Okay, next.
Okay, I've got a comment. So this
Okay,
is
you
Joe
have 3
C.
minutes? You have 3 minutes?
And I just wanted to comment on our current situation here. What we are feeling that this port administration is become very unbusiness friendly. We are feeling the burden of the red tape and the policies of this port administration stopping business activity from happening. The primary function of this port district and all port districts, as listed on the port's website, is to support economic growth and development. Okay, and this is not happening under this port administration. Okay, and so the issue we're having is that we have a transaction that's been on the books since April of this year. Our buyer, a well-known home builder from the Northwest, had put in a request for water letters in May 22nd of this year, and they're being held up. And this is a buyer that wants to come in. They're going to purchase $950,000 worth of land from us in the Plat of Allyn. Excise tax revenue is going to be generated for the port, for Mason County, from this transaction. They want to invest $3.5 million in vertical construction on the 10 lots that they're purchasing from our company. Currently, the port's actions and their policies are holding this transaction up from happening. It's holding up tax revenue for Mason County. It's holding up real estate commissions to be paid to real estate agents that have worked diligently for 6 months and are pulling their hairs out because of the frustration with the port. It's holding up lenders and investors from getting their payments that they are owed on these properties. This is very anti-business, and it's very anti-growth. And so I just want to say, if there's any members of the media listening or any investigative reporters, this is a story that needs to be looked into, because this is a government agency that is actively working against businesses that they are required by their charter to support. Okay, and so this is something we're really having a major issue with the Port of Allyn with at this point in time. And we are wanting to get this resolved, and we're asking the port to take this matter seriously and move this restrictive policy requiring an agreement
30
to
seconds.
be signed by the purchasing our lots to have that policy removed and to remove all obstacles from this transaction being closed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Seaman.
Thank you. Okay,
Take it. You won't be.
yes.
Yes, please.
I'm up here from Belfair. Commissioner, I guess the attorney is still in online?
No.
Okay. Okay, I sent a message Saturday to Commissioner Scott and Commissioner Sheridan about the correspondence I had sent to your attorney in Honduras regarding Sweetwater. And Commissioner Sheridan responded a couple hours later that it was going to be discussed at both 10 a.m. today. I signed on at 10 a.m., but the attorney advised that the public couldn't be in attendance at 10. I get it, but I assume that you discussed in your executives session of that correspondence that I had sent to them. And as in my letter that I sent to them, I'm happy to show your attorney and your insurance company the liabilities on the ground of Sweetwater. I and others are also interested in what the court plans to do regarding that 2022 memorandum of agreement with the Canal Salmon Enhancement Group that Mr. Coppola entered into. Please recall it was never discussed and approved in an open public meeting of the court. It appears that the former executive director was making agreements and contracts that were not known or approved by the full board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, real quick, can you start including me on the emails?
I didn't have your.
Yes, so I'm giving you my card, so you have my card.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next.
I'm saying, and talk about the water system. If there's questions, I can talk about it, right?
The water system
Where it says discussion about
Yeah.
direction.
is on there.
Oh, that part.
You can do a question.
Yeah, I'm a carry person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a
Okay.
question for this one.
Anybody else? No other public comment? Okay, moving forward, we're going to discuss the possible action on the Allyn Carry Well water system, purchase and sale agreement.
Yeah.
And we have,
Take reference to the email, here, right underneath that, from our attorney, from Marvin really well, during the purchase and sale, take the carriage. It appears that, we can start the holdback provision to, for both parties. Board would need to, make a motion to approve that, to reinstate the holdback provision of 10,000 related to the as-built drawings, which is being held up by professional services currently. This way we can put the gears in motion to finish this deal before the end of the year, and then the $10,000 would be held back for the completion of the actual as-built drawings.
I don't see it.
Okay. That's right.
Oh, okay. I should get an email.
Yeah, I sent it to her Wednesday last week, and she didn't answer until this morning.
Okay.
the water system,
It's for the second closing, just those two
Yeah.
last lots that were subject to boundary line adjustment.
yes,
It's been filed and complete. That the only thing holding this deal back is the estimates.
okay,
That's it.
being that you're the owner of the water system, Bill, do you have any comment? Before we-
Only, all of my, if I could draft this document for the board and say it's done, you'd have accurate drawings, but I don't have an engineering stamp for me to say.
Okay,
I understand.
And it'd be as accurate as anybody could give it, but unfortunately, I'm held up, by the
Okay.
server, so.
Okay.
I've called as well, trying to remind professional services provider that it's holding for them. So I've done everything.
Do we need to do that to force feed the issue?
The surveyor called me Friday or Thursday and wanted me, to meet it Friday in Shelton, but I could not make the timing, so I'll be talking to him again today. And
Okay,
okay. So you still need the motion?
Yeah, I would need a motion, and I would say that I wouldn't close on that until next Monday to give professional services better time.
what is the motion that we need right now?
Motion to approve the holdback provision of $10,000 for the providing of as-bills on the purchase and sale agreement with on the carry water system.
wouldn't be going ahead with it, they've already approved the
Yeah,
contract.
yeah, we're going ahead with the adjustments because they have to redraw.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not in there.
So Make
Your
it,
verbiage is right here.
That's what.
I make the motion that we, do the holdback agreement of $10,000, right? In relation to the carrier. System waiting for the,
Waiting for the,
the as bills to be done.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, so moved. Okay, next is the discussion and possible action on the Liquid Vision maintenance contract. That is in regard to the cleaning of our water tank.
standard maintenance operations require us to take a look at that and get this clean. So, this is the company that comes highly recommended from both Bellfire Water and our current satellite manager, Chernobyl, at H2O Management. It's a full meal package. They literally go in there with cameras and they provide you a video, basically a synopsis of the entire process.
Mhm.
And then the standards and qualifications summary kind of review all the information about how they do it. And then there was a 30-page report that I didn't print out for you, but I provided an email there.
I read
Yeah,
through it.
yeah. That's a sample of what you get from them.
So is this a requirement that we have and how often does this have to be done?
It should be done every at least 5 years.
Literally diving into the whole.
Yes, they literally, they douse them in chlorine and they're in dry suits and then they go in.
Yeah.
And they literally make a plastic sheeting down the ladder and they climb up that, so that they slide into the tank and they take a
What's
vacuum sucker and they suck the walls and the bottom.
Okay, what's the cost?
It's around 10, almost 11.
11,000, it's in this, in here.
All right.
So,
11,665. Well, you need a motion to approve,
yes,
okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the contract for Liquid Vision Technology?
I'll make a motion that we approve, Liquid Vision Technology, conduct and do this test. So for the $11,000.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, so moved. Okay,
oh, yeah.
so about 11,000, is that not really, I mean, that's a kind of a baseline estimate, correct?
That's the baseline estimate for doing the entire walls, all the inside, and then of course the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the entire finished out process. We have a rubber lining on the inside of our tank, so
Correct.
that there's, you know, if they experience any damage to that, that would be extra.
Okay,
Okay, but that's on a time and materials basis.
yeah, so far we don't.
We don't suspect that there's any damage like that, otherwise we would have seen
Yeah,
the bladder on the inside of the walls. When you look down in the tank, it would have been pushed away.
correct.
So, there shouldn't be any issues with that actual change,
All right.
but, it will depend on what they find. And they provide you the video evidence of what they find before they move on.
Like number 9 through 1.
Yeah.
And depending on the quality of
Mm-hmm.
the, so I read through it. Whoa.
Great,
Pretty in depth.
So they've been, kind of an industry standard for quite a while.
Okay.
okay, next is, discussion about our scheduling holiday office closures.
This was put in by me because, I'd like to, us to clarify kind of where we are when it comes to the holiday schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My suggestion is that the court offices be closed, for the traditional Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving. And then, the Christmas closure, I'm requesting that we just close the office the last week of-
Okay.
of the year. And that the port staff, gets paid for that.
Is that in our budget?
Yes, it is,
Okay,
because they would normally, it's in our budget, and they would be paid for it anyway,
okay,
but, they wouldn't be working, so I don't want the commission to be fully aware of that. The days that I'm off, that aren't covered by holidays, I would just use up as vacation time. It's already allotted in the budget for me.
Okay,
So it wouldn't change what we're being paid. It's just, work being done that week.
That's fair.
well, not much would be getting done anyway because of the season. I mean, I don't know how that goes. So I'm okay with that.
I am too.
You are too.
I make a motion that we,
I think,
provide the holiday 2 days for Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving and the last week of December.
It would be,
Is that correct?
yeah, it's the last week. Actually, it's the last week in a few days because the Christmas calendar works.
Okay. Do
If-
I,
gives you and your staff a little bit of a reset coming into 2025.
Right. So actually, yeah, you're looking at that. It's actually a week and 2 days minus the holiday days. So it's be the 23rd through the 27th, and then we wouldn't come back to work until the 2nd of January because of the way New Year's lines up.
okay,
Okay, so, I'll review, but I'll make a motion that closed on, 28th and 29th. Also, they're closed 23rd through up to the
January
2nd,
January 2nd. Come back to work on this.
and staff gets paid for that time off.
I'll second that motion.
all in favor, say aye.
But let's get something posted on the door.
Yep.
That,
Yep.
Other than we have language.
We'll
on
also
it,
post, well, I'll have Greg post it on.
but For contact, please call, because we're gonna close the door, that doesn't mean we close the port, right? So
Nope, doesn't mean-
people need to call, they can,
They still have
So
the
you'll be
24-hour,
answering the phone.
24-hour number.
okay. Sorry for that, but. I mean, you gotta discern and filter through, okay, I'll deal with that next year, and then maybe it's some things, but that's all I'm asking.
We have a water system to run, it's 24/7.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Court priorities? Anything you want to discuss?
Now you end the actionable items and begin the workshop.
Oh, begin the work, okay, here we go, I'm sorry, thank you, and we will begin the workshop. We have a special meeting, now it is the workshop,
Okay.
so. Travis, would you like to begin?
I think for just housekeeping, we should probably read the workshop provisions.
Okay, just, okay, I'll go ahead and read it then. No formal actions are going to be taken during the briefing, workshop, special meetings, briefing, or workshop.
Looks like I need to take a few of those words.
Oh, I see what you mean, okay, this is for the commission to receive information and discuss. The public is welcome and encouraged to attend all Port of Allyn meetings, however, the public comment is usually not taken at this briefing. It is the commission's prerogative whether or not community engagements is allowed at the briefing or at workshop special meetings. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Any questions on the provisions listed in the briefing? It's not as comprehensive as I'm used to doing. I had a lot going on the last couple of weeks. Presented quite a bit. One piece of great business is that our longtime abandoned vessel has left the dock, and we received a full payment on its time here, including a $500 capital fee for the damage to our pier.
Great.
Which we will take that and we will have it added to our capital facilities fund. So it's not spent at any point until we need it for fixing the dock.
Excellent. Okay, the water system?
Still waiting on that DOH drinking fund loan contract that we get a change of scope on.
Mhm.
I've inquired just about every week and just got a message back that they're still waiting for it to be passed down from the higher ups. The bureaucratic process is taking the time that it sometimes does. And West Sound engineers should have something for the port to review for the holiday break, but probably don't dig into it until after the holiday break. It'll be our consolidation submittal to DOH for the two well systems. So that we can begin that process of getting both systems available to share the connections that are available on our system. And that also solves many of the issues that have been plaguing the system for years.
Good.
Allyn Waterfront?
So, Marine Floats has completed their repairs, so they'll be working on a final bill because there were some extras that we tied in there. Namely, all the floats having their bolts replaced because they were originally installed with galvanized bolts and stainless steel bolts will give us the longevity we need. They did find that some of those galvanized bolts are starting to rust through already, and some of them already had. Those were the ones, the tubs that were gone and missing when they started to work. Of course, that's why they were gone, because galvanized bolts had rusted through.
Where's your house?
Well, you could talk a lot about that. We both had a meeting, with, Peter Leon, and, Bill Ray about, all things Oyster House in the end. So we discussed some, options for moving forward. And, we do hope to have another on-site meeting here in the next few weeks, I believe.
Yeah. We met with them at the WPPA conference and, we've had to reset where we're gonna put it. But they wanted to try to jump on board and then to see if we could get it over the water more. But again, it's the Army Corps is the issue. But in mitigation, all the mitigation that we did, we probably lost it. Because now the Army Corps has changed their criteria. So that's what what they're looking into, and they're just really helping us out.
There
You
is a small possibility, but we're not gonna hinge our work on it.
No, so I want to continue to press forward, but they are being kind as to see what we can do, what they can do to help us get through this. So that's pretty much it.
I didn't have anything new to add to the report safety and security for the month. Short workshop item, and I do apologize. Sometimes been inundated with other tasks.
Yes, we understand that. Okay,
Any of those topics, if you'd like to add to those broad topics for discussion, you're more than welcome to.
I'm good. I have no other questions. Commissioners, do you have anything you want to add or share?
No, I really don't.
Okay,
No.
no? Water system? Okay,
Okay.
right.
Real quick, just to keep in background, not to have pressure, but getting this through this, engineering. With my son.
Yeah.
Needs to occur, because basically. Property owners put in connections, can't connect to our water system. And so lots that leave in front, we can't, I mean, we can sell, we can't say have water.
Correct,
So,
Depending on which
Yeah.
system they're closest to.
yes, you get that.
so there's at least about 10 connections out there.
And that affects everybody in the system that's been purchasing water connections. Everybody has, well, not everybody. A lot of properties that are adjacent to the Allyn Carry system that aren't adjacent to Port Allen system. And as soon as we get that consolidation done, then those number of connections can be offered to all the properties in those. Very
Okay. All right, thank you.
Just background.
Yeah, thank you.
No.
Okay, nothing more, meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming, Ken.